Morning, good morning. The morning is good. It's a glorious day. Up here at my daughter's track meet, cross country meet, watching these young kids run, and physical health popped into my mind about something I could give a quick video on. Most people don't really take their health serious until they are forced by a doctor or a disease or some kind of health issue. Then they want to do right. If most things can easily be detected. If you're eating unhealthy, then more than likely you will develop diabetes or something of that nature because you're not eating right. If we know these things, why do we wait until the doctor tells us we need to change our way of thinking? Just because you grew up on pork doesn't mean you gotta overeat it. Just because you grew up on hamburgers or fast food don't mean you have to overindulge in those things. I grew up on pork, beef. My grandma cooked everything. But for the past year, for the first time in my life, I haven't eaten no beef or no pork for a whole year. Well, it's going on a year and probably about 2 months. No beef and pork. I only eat chicken and seafood, fish and crabs. I can't eat shrimp and lobster. I'm allergic to it. But back then I took those steps because I didn't want to wait until somebody was telling me, oh yeah, your blood pressure is such and such, and if you don't get it together in this amount of time, you could be this and that. Nah, man. I lost a high school friend this year. I lost a couple of them this year. Maybe because they wasn't taking care of themselves properly. That's not for me to say or point the finger at them. It's for me to give awareness to people out there. There's nothing wrong with trying to get your life together and by taking small steps. They got to be small, consistent steps, though. You can't just eat good for 2 weeks or a week and then think that's going to add 1 to 2 years on your life. Eating bad for 6 months probably takes 6 years off your life. With the build-up, especially people not working out, not walking, not doing no kind of exercise. The most they do is walking from their house to their car, from their car to their job, back to the car, back to the house. That's unhealthy, especially if you're looking for a long-term outcome on life, like to live a full life. I know most people ask, what is a full life? I say anything over 70. If you live over 70, I think you lived a full life. To be 70, I know some things you can't help is genetically in your bloodline or whatever, but some things can be helped. You can try to do things so you won't develop diabetes. Watching how much of the fatty foods and things of that nature. Don't eat as much. Don't overindulge. I try my best to keep my kids on eating healthy, but I don't try to restrict them as to say that I'm the gatekeeper of what they can and can't eat. I tell them, I give them the same options that I had. Whatever you want, you can get. But I try to keep it in moderation. We don't do too many snacks and cakes at my crib. We do a lot of grapes, apples, oranges, because me and my wife understood early, kids follow their parents. If you are buying snacks, juices, and things of that nature, expect for your kids to eat them, because you bought it. It's there. And if you buy it and then be mad because they eat it, then why the hell did you buy it? But if you can get your kids on healthy things from the start, they will eat it with no problem. My son will go in there and get a bag of the baby carrots. Take him in his room, eat the baby carrots. My youngest son loves grapes. My daughter, all my kids love cucumbers. That's something that they've watched me do. because I want to be in their life for the entirety of it, to be able to run, jump, skip, whatever they want me to do. I'm trying to be a part of it. I'm not trying to be a lump on the log that's not enjoying their life with my kids. I know everybody is different, so it's just my point of view of how I'm trying to live out the rest of my life. I'm trying to do more Spartans next year. I'm trying to get more people involved. Spartan challenges, they're not for everybody. To me, it's more of a mental game than a physical game, because you mentally taking yourself, you paying to put yourself through to some torture, is what a Spartan challenge is. But we need to get more conscious of living healthy, eating right, doing a little exercise, taking little steps, consistent little steps, so we can make it to the end. If you're doing a physical job now, if your job requires physical labor, just understand as you get older, you might not be able to continue your job. So sooner or later, you will have to do something else. Are you prepared to do something else? Or are you somebody who's stuck in a corner right now, back against the wall? If that's your case, first step you should take, get you a pen and a pad. Right at the top, life goals. It can be 1 to 2, 3 to 4. It don't matter how many you put on there. Write them on there for life goals and try to check them off as you go. Set yourself up with a plan. That way your future will be in your hands instead of in limbo. Y'all have a nice day. Appreciate y'all listening to my video. Leave your comments at the bottom. Like and subscribe, share it. Let your friends know. More videos coming soon.